Hey gang, Ruin here. Welcome on back to the Cade as we are carrying on towards the end of Super Robot Wars Alpha Gaiden. 38 missions we have slogged our way through, and that was never more apparent than in the last one. My God, was that a marathon. And again, my apologies for being inconsistent in getting content up for this series over the last couple of weeks. In no small part, it's because in trying to record these videos and getting through them so I can get them posted, the back half of Mission 38 was so sketchy that I kept trying to get through it, and I thought I was done, and then it would throw a random curveball, and I would lose the mission, and have to start all over again. And because if you manage to get through the whole thing, it took me 2 hours of recording just to get through that one half of the mission. So I had to do it like 6 times before I could finally get it locked in. And I'll let you in behind the curtain. The reason why we're late on getting this one done is because I had it recorded yesterday. I got 2/3 of the way through it. I had one thing go pear-shaped on me, failed the entire mission, and I was right back where I started again. And I didn't have the time or the patience to go and record it to have it up ready for Monday. But I'm through my work for the next couple of days, so I've got a little bit of time off. So let's get this one underway. But before we do, we did have quite a bit of funds that we had to get through. The majority of it I used for weapons upgrades, because again, we're getting towards the end of this game. We're at mission 39. We've only got one more to go before we hit the end game, which will either be one full mission or it could be a combination of 2. We won't know until we get through the next one. However, I need to make sure that we've got characters and mechs that are capable of doing more damage. So I boosted up things like Wing Zero, their Twin Buster Rifle, the Rolling Buster Rifle, and its standalone. That will all go up and do more damage. I upped Death Scythe a little bit. I didn't do a whole lot with Mazinkaiser and Getter this time because I've already upgraded those, and then I pumped what I had left into Zeta Gundam because we're going to need it for this next mission, because if we can get through it, we will unlock its upgrades and its best weapon ability that we can only get in this mission. So Camille is definitely going to take part, and without further ado, let's get moving. So how this one is going to work, I think, for this case is that, having learned my lesson, we'll get through stage 1 and stage 2 of this one, call it good, because that got me to about an hour to about an hour 15. We will then go ahead and stop it there, and then I will record the back end of the mission tomorrow, get that up in time for Wednesday. In no other reason than if I muck up that last part of the mission, I will have a save point established so I don't have to start all the way over from scratch like I am right now. So we have Kashim Kashim, who is one of the remaining big baddies on the board in this storyline, who is now at X Point, which is the final point fortress that the Innocents have access to. And he will go on to explain that the reason why X Point is so vital to their cause is because this is where the even more powerful mechs that apparently surpassed Shin Robo and Mazinkaiser were said to be stored. So it stands to reason that we are going to have to take on at least one of those in this scrap. So after the final war, this place was rebuilt over a long period of time by our predecessors, and was rebuilt as a stronghold used in case of emergencies. And as these computers seal off both the data on the black history passed down by the Innocent and the many super weapons that sleep within the Lost Mountain, that if we use those super weapons, we could wipe out the civilians and the irregulars. Now is the time for the seal on the Innocent's black history to be broken. Wah ha ha ha. Meanwhile, Shakti is apparently having to deal with a baby that did a bit of a boom boom. And that gives us the precursor to finding out that Elshe has regained consciousness. So she has been out of commission since she was captured by the enemy and brainwashed with a bit of Kashim's personality imprinted on her consciousness. And of course, Jiren's going to sob about this because he's still quite smitten with her. And she's wanting to make up for the fact that she's been out of action for so long by trying to get involved in doing something productive. Of course, I am Elshe Cargo, Captain of the Iron Gear. I can't let you all fight by yourselves. And of course, she knows that Sir Arthur gave his life to try and take down a nuclear missile. And this is Camille, who is the pilot of the Zeta Gundam. So he's reporting the news that Elshe has woken up. But of course, something else is bugging him because he's thinking about Rosami, who is his sister. She claims she's your younger sister, but that's a lie. You know that, right? So apparently they're not actually siblings, but he considers her as such. And because we have to use Zeta Gundam in this mission, I can only presume it's because this storyline is going to get wrapped up one way or another. So while Max Sterling is having a bit of a man-to-man talk with Camille, Four and Fa, which, depending on which part of the world you live in, could mean the same thing, and they're going to have a chat about it. Now we're going to get a briefing on how we can approach this mission. So there are two ways we can go. We can either carry out the operation by day, or we can carry it out by night. The circumstances don't change whichever one you pick. What you get out of it doesn't change whichever one you pick. So it is purely arbitrary. And I am going to go ahead and take... We're going to do it by night, because again, it makes no difference, but if you're going to run a surprise attack, better to do it under the cover of darkness. Meanwhile, they're trying to break down what mechs we're going to be dealing with, and Karis is explaining about the Pachulia, which is a gigantic mobile armor that we will likely have to run into over the course of this mission as well. So we'll carry it out by night. And this is a good sign that we actually get the title card, because that means we don't have an extended prologue before the actual mission like we did with the last couple. That makes me very happy. So, now we just got to see how the board is going to lay out. Now, for the first part of this mission, the goal is we just have to wipe out all the enemies on the board. And we will get a defeat if our flagship gets destroyed and or all allies get wiped out. So we've got a couple of big beefy land ships which looks like they have tank treads, and then we've got the conventional land ships, and we've got those four flyers that, or there's five of them in the middle. So it looks like we have the same quirk we had with the last mission, where some of the mechs aren't showing up on the map even though they are there by the black circles. That's how you know there's an extra mech there. So we have Hola, who is still trying to find a way to court and get what he wants from Elshe. And we have Temp. And Kaloon is piloting the other green land ship, and Greta is in one of the 5 flyers that are in the middle. Now those flyers aren't super devastating, but they can bust us down a little bit. So we'll bring out the Soleil, because the Soleil, we can use the special abilities of Diana and her co-pilot to boost up the willpower of at least 4 mechs, and if we play it right, we can also have one of them do a repeat turn, go twice, and that can be really critical later on in this mission as we're taking on Kashim. So, we definitely want to have... Where is she? We definitely want Zeta Gundam. We want Wing Zero. We want Death Scythe. We want the Double X because we want the satellite cannon. Now is when we get the heavy hitters out, so our usual 5. We want Great Messenger because, again, he is absolutely tough as an ox. I haven't used Dan Cougar for a while. I'm wondering whether or not we should. The Turn A will be helpful because we've got the Moonlight Butterfly we can use. Again, very powerful map effect. I suspect map effect weapons are going to be in our favor again on this one. Now, I think I haven't used Valkyries in a while. The question is, do I want to use... I mean, I could use Hikaru, I could use Fokker, I could use Max. I think I'll keep Isamu. I'll bring out Gold. So I'll bring out the Macross Plus guys, and we have the Gyler Walker and the fully armored Zabungle as well. Alright, so Kashim's gonna have the breakers buy them time. So there is 1, 2. Yep. So there's 2 of these original land battleships here. There's 2 here. There's 2 here, and there's 2 here. There's these 5 guys in the middle, and then there's these 3 battleships. Are there any crates around here that I can go pick up? Nothing there. Nothing there, but there's a cave here. My expectation is if we get over there and get somebody to stop on that cave, we may pick up something. But no more crates around here that I'm seeing. Okay, then let's just go. And that's where having the Valkyries is going to come in handy. Because these guys can be fast enough and cover enough ground that either Isamu or Gold should be able to get over there. Now, the one benefit I have of already having played this mission is we don't have to worry about reinforcements showing up out of nowhere after a couple of turns like they did with the last mission. And I want to transform Zeta Gundam into the Wave Rider, because it can cover way more ground this way. And it's a lot harder to hit in fighter configuration than it is in standard configuration. I don't want to leave Duo behind. And we don't have a time limit for how long it will take us to get these guys whittled down. So it is very much an attrition fight. Those guys are starting to move. They're starting to move. Okay. So, we go straight up. I can imagine Kaiser launch the opening shot, and we'll keep the animation on for this one just so you can see what these big boys look like. We haven't seen them in a while. Also allows me to get a sip of tea. Now, because this is also going to be a 3-stage fight, potentially bigger, we have to utilize our skill points very sparingly, because we got to make everything last. And I'm not worried about Mazen Kaiser taking damage, because with Alloy Z and with the HP HG booster we have, he'll recover hit points each turn. Now, the other thing I want to be able to do is get a couple of mechs in position that I can use Diana's ability to do the willpower boost. Because ultimately, we can have Shingetter and other important mechs take out enemies. We're definitely going to have them do that. But they get the willpower boost by actually defeating them. If we can give them a general willpower boost early, then we're going to be in a good position to be able to start utilizing those bigger attacks further down the line. That was part of the problem we had against the Turn X Gundam, is that we just could not get a lot of the really big attacks unlocked until really late in the mission. Ultimately, we got lucky and it panned out, but it did make things touch and go for a bit. Alright, and I'm going to have some who come over this way. We haven't seen the Mach Cross Plus mechs in a while. And this should whiff. And it did. Alright, let's get Jiron involved here. I'll bring him this far for right now. Now the other benefit we will have is combo attacks. And I got lucky there. That was 32%. I have to remember that even though it looks a little bit lower, even at 15 to 20%, they can still hit. Alright, I will have him wait there. And then let's bring everybody up. This way. Because then I can bring the Turn X back here. I'll have the Soleil be up and in position. And actually what I can do is I can have the Chodenji brothers accelerate. Alright. Now we'll see what these guys can do. Alright, they're already starting to advance. I don't want to use the Boomerang Idiom yet, just because that is Jiren's strongest weapon, and he's only got so many of them, and I know I'm going to need those the further on we go. Alright, that missed. I'll evade this one, or at least try to. Ooh, that hit. Not good. So even at 20-21%, if you're not careful, you can take a shot and then before you know it, you're out of the fight. But luckily, the Turn A is able to avoid most everything. About to bring Daitarn up. And immediately have him go to work with the Daitarn Slash. I'll take this Duran out first. And then having Great Messenger here. Before I do that, just in case. Well, I'll duo hack this one down. Goodbye. Rifle will take care of this one. Bye-bye. I'll have Voltes start rapping away on this one. And I'll have Combattler help out in a sec. I'm not too concerned with them taking damage at the moment. You won't hit Garrett from that range. That's critical. Again, Shingetter can absorb that damage. Alright, let's get El Shay involved in the action a bit. Bust out a little focus for gold. And now it's 6% to hit him. If you can hit him at 6%, he doesn't deserve to be on the board. Okay, so everybody's moved. So they're holding station. That one's coming over. Oh, and this is Greta attacking. Greta Connors, how nice that you're still alive. Greta's not quite as enthused. I've been with the Iron Gear, so I was never on your side to begin with. I'm not gonna let an old lady like you do as she pleases. Well, you missed. I didn't. Because you don't have crack pilots in most of these mechs, we can do a lot more damage to them. Alright, I don't want to use up all of his energy yet. So I'll keep using the Turbo Smasher Punch because it still does a hell of a lot of damage. That missed at 87%. That doesn't happen too often. I'll defend this one. Voltes will take the hit. Elshay will respond in kind. That one was point blank. There's no way he wasn't going to take that damage. Alright, now I gotta be careful because Mazakaiser is at almost half-life. But we got one down, 3 more to go. Alright, so this is what we want to use, which is Rouse. And all 4 of these mechs are going to get a plus 10 willpower boost. And that won't get back to Wing Gundam, and then therefore Duo can come in. I'm taking Mazakaiser off the board a little bit and have him heal up, but that also allows me to bring in Shingetter into the fray. And I can immediately start using the Getter Beam, which will take a good chunk out of all these guys. And like I said, it'll help build up his willpower a lot more. The guard will reduce the amount of damage the Great Massacre will take. We'll keep hammering away on these guys. Meanwhile, they're not going to hit Death Scythe. And we'll keep just pecking away at this one. Unfortunately, with attrition battles, there's only so much you can do. Especially because, like I said, we've got to be very careful in how much of these skill points we allocate to this stage of the game. Or the mission. Because there's no point in me completely draining the reservoir on all these guys. Because skill points are the one thing I cannot get back in any mission. So I have to make do with what we've got. And because this is going to be at least a 3-stage fight, it makes no sense for me to start just gutting all of it now. So Jiren goes up a level and gets souls, so 2.5 times damage. Yeah, this needs 486 points to go down. Bye-bye. Elche goes up 2 levels. Alright, I think... No, I won't yet. But if we can open up on Greta and bring her down, all the better. Actually, if anything, I will bring Gold back over to heal up. Yeah, we'll do it this way. That's critical. That's a whiff. Alright, we'll put the Soleil in a spot where it won't get attacked by enemy ships and also can be within range of everything else if it needs to get over there. Don't want Wing Zero taking any damage. Actually, it looks like Voltez will take the damage on this one if it goes through it. It missed. We hit. Still not enough. Oh, goodbye. I think that was a Duran we took out. It was. That misses. That's critical. See ya! Shield deflect level 4. I'll take it. Shin Getter will take the hit. Gunner. Support level 2, so Elshay goes up 2 more levels. That whiffed. Having a giant plasma sickle against big iron and steel mechs like that, it's just not going to go well for you. Again, I don't want to use up the Thunder Break yet, because we're gonna need it. Utilize the Getter Beam again. That's critical. Toast! Okay. Ooh, I can hit both of them. I think I'm going to do that, but before I do, I want to move Daitarn over. Get him out of the line of fire. Alright, now I could use this one right now. Because these things are so big, there's no way in the world that they can dodge this. No way. But having Valor and doubling up the attack power and getting an open shot on those 2 green advanced land ships, that won't suck at all. Only took down 4,200. That went down 4,100. Almost got it. But the Turn A will come in and help out. Takes it down. Goes up another level. So we'll start whacking away on this one. Oh, nope, Greta took the hit. That should be a critical. Come on, if you're gonna kill me, get it over with. Damn, isn't that spirit proof you're young? Don't mock me. Got a little makeup of the guys who go wild. A little late. interesting conversation to have with somebody is they're in a machine that is about to detonate. I'm blushing at the tip of my nose, all the way down in the fireball. Alright, so there's one there's one land ship still over there. I think what I'm going to do is, now that we've got these pared down a bit, I'm going to have a Samu break off. And head for that cave. We'll get Zeta Gundam in on the action here. Almost got it. All right, bring this next one down. Goodbye. All right, so we got 2 of these ships to go. All the Durans are gone. And then we're going to have these 2 fortresses up top to deal with, or these green battleships to deal with, and the third one. Ooh. Gain the effects of Accelerate, Strike, Valor, and Alert. I better wait on that. That's very tempting, but not right now. I've got 6 shoulder missiles. I've got this missile launcher. It's 13% to hit. That's critical from Jiren. And having these 2 just sit back here and pick them off, I'm fine with that. Keeps them out of danger. Now, can I launch? I could probably launch Madison Kaiser. Because it'll heal up the rest of his hit points next turn. Okay. Next. that misses. We hit. Yeah, only 114 damage taken. Okay. We'll start carving this one up. Almost got it down. Alright, now what I want these guys to do is come up and start going to town on these ships. And the fact that Getter will have its energy recharge every time you use the Getter beam, that is sauce for the goose. Because it means at this point, I don't have to worry about running out of energy before I can unlock the Stoner Sunshine and the Shin Spark. Yep, I don't want to hit my own guys. I want to start whacking this battleship down a little bit more. And it can't counter. Bye-bye. I'm not to the point yet where I can use the Moonlight Butterfly. And these guys still aren't hitting me, which I am just fine with. Laron goes up 2 levels. Doesn't unlock anything, but that's okay. And you're only hitting Great Messenger for 10? That is not... You're just not going to have a good day. That's the long and the short of it. If you're hitting my biggest mechs for 10 points, and I'm hitting you for 3,000 a shot, you do not have a hope in hell. Alright, that other one is coming over that way. Alright, I'll have wing board and recoup some energy. And put focus on Izamu only because I don't... If he's going this way, if he's trying to flank him, I don't want him getting hit. Alright, if the Slay's in range, I gotta back her off. Ooh! Duo got hit. That doesn't happen to him too often. We've got it more than halfway. Now, Combattler will step in. That's critical. How much energy does he have left? He's only got 119. Okay. I need to... I need to have him hit, and then I'm going to have to get him on board the Soleil to get replenished for energy. How is Voltez doing? Voltez is at 240. Okay. The bazooka. Javelin will take a good chunk out of this. Alright, so at 6,500, I still need to whittle him down a little bit more. $3,400 versus $3,050. Not quite. But that's why Yoma's there. And that's why the Getter Beam always works. Bye, Kaloon. So where is that other ship coming from? It's over here. I can launch gold again. I want to be close enough that I can get Combattler over and board. is Azamu? He's still over here. Okay. Get out of range. Don't leave him hanging. Then hopefully, next turn we'll get to the cave and we'll get what's in it. Oh, damn. Okay, so I got gold back for one turn and then I lost it. Not what I wanted to have happen at all. Combattler on board to recharge. Now we can use the Shine Spark. I should have been smarter about that and used the getter beam. Alright, and if he can start hitting me from there, I'm going to send... Tetsuya and a couple more mechs down this way to take him out. And now that I know Duo won't get hurt. This won't do much damage to this thing. Your leading role ends today, partner. Really? Today we settle this. Oh, you should be the one saying that. Alright, I need to put a flying module on her at some point. Because it doesn't help that she can't move very much. I haven't unlocked the sun attack yet. See if the Heaven Sword does any more damage than the Shine Spark should have. Not bad. But that's when I can use Mazinkaiser and just keep pounding away on him. And I can use the twin satellite cannon. And it doesn't use any energy. Didn't want to cough into my mic there for a second. This should be a good one to see. Excuse me while I whip this out. Incoming! I have to admit, the design of those ships are kind of cool. They do remind me of Space Battleship Yamato a bit. But the Yamato design is still one of my favorite ship designs of all time. I know for a lot of people that look at things like the Imperial Star Destroyer in Star Wars and the Enterprise and Klingon ships in Star Trek, I got nothing against those. In fact, I will go to my grave saying that the original movie version of the Enterprise, from the motion picture through the Shatner era, is still my favorite design of the Enterprise that's ever been done. And I ain't the least bit sorry for it. But it was also one of the first time I ever saw the ship, really. I didn't like the original version from the TV show. Alright, Wing Zero is ready to go. Let's get Samu over here. And we get another Haro. Now the Haro is what I put on the Zeta Gundam, and it is an amazing piece of kit. It gives you +2 move, so it expands your range. It gives you a big time speed boost, and it ups your targeting by 25% on all attacks. Meanwhile, Hola and Tamp are firing at dead air. Alright, I don't want to use up all of the Hyper Mega Launcher because I know I'm going to need it. But even from this range, it can't hit me. Have the turn aid. Add a little extra mustard on that one. So it's 4 turns until the map cannon is charged, 2 turns until the standard cannon is charged. And I'm okay using alerts for right now. probably get away with using one fire blaster here because Mazakaiser will recoup that energy. He's just about gone. Voltes is okay, so that means I'm going to send Daitarn this way to help out. I'm not going to use the Shine Spark again. Good old Getter Beam will polish this one off. Or not. $738 points of damage. Fine. You forced me to use force. Not good. I'll be waiting, dear. Dear? Something about that I don't know. And we get another mech. That's the spirit. Now I'll see this through to the end. It's a little late for that now. Your turn is already over and done with. Oh, now we're getting truly meta here. Ooh, Ron got hit. Alright, we'll just keep chopping this one down. Tim should be feeling it pretty soon. The 100%, I mean, like I said, we can't miss these things because they're so stonking big. Alright, combattlers healing up. So what is this? Oh, it's the Black Alley. Okay, so that's a mech that we could potentially get for Elshay. Get Zamu out of there. Don't hit him. I mean, do I want to use the Moonlight Butterfly on this guy? No. Gundam Wing will take the hit. Ooh, and a pretty significant one at that. But you still can't hit Zeta. That's critical. Then Laron will come in and help out. 67% to hit. LJ, I'll ask you one more time. Will you? No, absolutely not. Never in a million years. You didn't even hear me all the way out. Kieran's always been stronger and cooler than cowards like you. Oh, now he's gone full incel. That's not going to help. Ouch. Hero took great exception to that. I told you your turn was over and done with. Too bad. We get the HP targeter. Alright, put Hero back on board to heal up. Bring these guys down. Now it's a free-for-all on poor old Timp. Dude's not going to have the first clue what hit him by the time we're done. I'll take advantage and have LaRon heal up. Slam with the hammer a bit. Ooh. I mean, I still don't want to use Thunder Break yet. I know I'm going to need that for later. And I'm pretty sure I do not have the recovery that on Great Messenger that Mazakaiser and Shingetter have. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. I gotta be careful. Do not get cocky. Losing gold is one thing. If I lose Death Scythe, that's going to be something entirely different. %, to hit back. Looks like an almost launch combattler. Everybody else has moved. Looks like you've recovered nicely, lady. I don't want to hurt a pretty bride, but you leave me no choice. She just went all down with all that with Hola. Jiren will be able to help out on this attack. I want to get Die-Turn out of the way. Because he took a bit more damage on that turn that I was wanting. I'd better do the same with Duo. Oh, yeah, I think we'll do that. We've already seen it once. We don't need to see it again, at least not yet. Hopefully the Getter Beam will be enough to take it down this time. It needs 2,200. No, still not. $512. See if this Valkyrie can take it out. Still no. Alright, dude. Be done with you. Mazzer goes up Mazzikizer goes up 2 levels. Oh crap, and it showed up right next to my capital ship. That is a Psycho Gundam. And that's Rosami. Psycho Gundam Mark II. So what we need to do is we need to get her health down to 50%, or below 50%. So it's not a question of blowing it up all the way. We've just got to disable it enough. Of course, Camille is trying to reason with her. Why doesn't she respond? 4 and Pro 2 still have their senses. Psycho Gundam Saikamu isn't what's binding Rosami. Her mind is being erased. Nani? Become a part of the Gundam system. That's what happened to Lucille and Dome. Her personality is being erased. Alright, so it looks like all she's doing right now is defending, which is fine. But I gotta get her whittled down. And I gotta do it quick. Because I don't want that thing waking up and starting to attack. What can I launch? I can launch Turn X Combattler. Perfect. I can't Moonlight Butterfly her yet, but I've got a full replenishment of weapons and energy and health, so that will help. Alright, can't... I mean, I could launch Wing Zero, but there's no point right now. Just hopefully she doesn't attack. the other good news is her life isn't going back up. But I want the Soleil out of there. And now she's going back into defend mode, which is, again, fine. Do that. So the more I can mow her down, the faster we get this over with. And then what we will do is that after this point, we'll save it. And then we'll polish this mission off in the next episode. Almost there, being able to get the Stoner Sunshine. Almost. Twin Lancer doesn't do it, then I can have Great Messenger. That should have done it right there. There we go. Psycho Gundam can still move. There's even a trace of your mind left. Listen to me. Send the Psycho Gundam after their ship. They can go down together. You won't be doing any research if X Point falls. Get a move on. Yes, sir. And Camille's not going to stand by and do nothing. Sega Gundam is my enemy. Of course, he can't bring himself to shoot her. And he auto-valored up, and we're getting the Hyper Mega Launcher. My boomstick! I mean, it doesn't look like your regular Gundam. It looks like a big slot machine with a big vertical stabilizer and a couple of fins. But, unfortunately, it's gone at 45,000 hit points, too. Of course, Camille is absolutely devastated, not that I blame him. The Psycho Gundam's been defeated too. What's going on? Okay, so now we will get this unfolding. And Timp is here still. And he's in another black alley. And that's a Pachulia. And the G-bits are the 4 mechs that are surrounding Kashim's land ship. And we have Ghost X9 fighters, which are a pain in the butt to deal with. Here's where it gets really dicey. Because now we have nuclear missiles on the board. We have to get them down to 20%, but we cannot blow them up. If we blow them up, it's mission over. If they get off the board, it's mission over. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get to the point where we'll get through all of this dialogue, and then we will start the next episode from here. Because I got to be able to save it and make sure that we don't have the same thing happen that did to me yesterday when I was trying to get this up. Plus, there's still going to be time to get this edited and up on the channel. So, they're going to sit there and monologue and pontificate and bloviate about what Kashim is doing. And then Banjo will come back with something extremely ham-fisted, as is patently 70s anime. Destroy the missile's propulsion, you can make it crash. Do a certain amount of damage to it without setting the missile off. And now we get a souped up Zeta Gundam. Okay. So now we're in a bit of a spot because we've got, positionally, we're in a really not in a great place. Because our capital ship is right here, which means all these ghost ships, all these fighters are going to try and take her down. Meanwhile, for right now, we've got to focus on getting these missiles. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a 5th one right here. And they're all going to go in different directions. What got me last time is this one. I had it almost gone, and it came up here, banked hard left, and then went right off the board, and it was mission over. So, I will save it here, and then we will pick up from this spot in the next episode, where we are definitely going to have our work cut out for us to get all this stuff taken down. But, again, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch Sports Saturday and Suckerpunch Sunday this weekend. Follow us on social media through Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky, Ronan's Retrocade. My name is Ronan. It's been great to spend this time with you. Be safe, be well, happy gaming. We'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.